So on Wednesday, we will have new CPI inflation data, and we expect the headline number, which includes gas and food, to be highly elevated, mainly because gas prices were so elevated in June.
That doesn't sound good. Joining me now to talk about that and other things, the great senator from the great state of Tennessee. Gosh, I love Tennessee. I got to get there soon. Marsha Blackburn, Senator. Okay, obviously inflation's terrible, but they don't seem to be slowing down on any of the things that cause inflation. As we speak, they're trying to raise taxes. They already passed well over north of $1 trillion bill. We send billions to everybody who asks. It's as if they're trying to make it worse.
Yes, and you have to say, is this intentional or are they inept? And when you hear word salad explanations like we're hearing right now out of this White House, you just have to say, my goodness, what are they thinking? Because, of course, raising taxes, that is inflationary. And that's kind of like economics 101. And when you say we're going to stop producing and refining oil and gas, and we're going to lock down Keystone, lock down Alaska, lock down offshore, of course, you're going to have less domestic energy, and importing that oil and gas is going to cost you more money. It runs up the cost of everything. Go to the grocery store. You see how it affects the cost of everything. So people are not happy. And Jesse, when I'm out and about in Tennessee, the top three issues: inflation, inflation, inflation. And then it's followed by the open border, crime, and drugs. And those are the things people are talking about, paying attention to. And they are looking at this administration, and now they're beginning to say, you know what? I think they're doing this intentionally.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we could come up to any other conclusion. I'm glad you brought up oil, because I saw this jaw dropper from Jake Sullivan. I'm sure you've seen it. Here's a clip of Jake Sullivan saying we now have our commander-in-chief going to beg other countries for help like we're some kind of third world dump. Here's Jake Sullivan.
There are risks for the president politically to go to Saudi Arabia with an expectation among the public that maybe there will be a specific deliverable when it comes to gas prices and so forth and supply. What is the burden on the president to come home with something in that category?
Well, it's up to you to characterize things like burdens on the president. What I can say is what the president intends to do. He intends to use every tool in his toolbox to try to create adequate global energy supplies and to bring the price of gas down for American working families at the pump. And that will be measured over time.
Senator, I've never seen anything like this in my life. We now beg other countries for baby formula. We beg other countries for oil. We leave our gigantic pile of oil we're sitting on to go beg them for more of theirs. We are a beggar nation now? Is that what we've become?
When you look at what they are doing and how they approach things, they have created a problem, because what is their religion? It is devotion to climate change. What are they trying to do? They're trying to implement the Green New Deal by going around Congress. How are they doing it? By punishing people and causing people to have to suffer through what they call a transitory economy that will move us to the new liberal world order. Not my words, these are their words. And this is their goal. So they see this as just part of the process. They're intentionally doing this because they want to move us off of oil and gas. The president said he would end the oil and gas industry. This is how he is doing it, by the things I mentioned: ending Keystone, Alaska, taking it offline, taking off offshore, ending fracking. No more leases for drilling on federal land, no more drill permits. But he turns around and chastises our oil companies and says, you need to refine more, you need to put more in the marketplace. And by the way, you mom and pops out there, you need to lower your price. Well, you can't sell something for less than what you're paying to get something to resell it. So what they're doing is making it so expensive that people are going to have difficulty filling up the car. I'm talking to Tennesseans who will go in and put a quarter of a tank in at a time because that's how much cash that they have to pay for that gas. I am talking to people who have adjusted how they shop for food, how they shop for clothing, how they handle logistics in their family, because they are having to pay so much more in their energy cost, whether it's the transportation cost or trying to cool their homes during the summertime.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, The Forgotten Genocide, the first episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.